Welcome again to another video. Welcome, heirs of our Father's promise. And we're here today by the grace of Him, Elohim Adonai, for in Yahushua, Yahusha, Yahuwah, in Him, Yahuwah, again, Elohim Adonai. Okay? We are here today to speak of His love. Now, why are we doing that? The reason why is because he is deemed that love, and that is our duty. Duty. But yes, we are here because of the truth. We're always here to uplift one of each other, right? To make sure that we are what understood, we understand, and we are the students, right? We are studious of the things that we learn, because this is a gate. This is a gate. This is a gate. These are gates. This is a gate. So whatever that you do every single day allows the enemy to either infiltrate. Bars. Oh my goodness. Don't you can steal that if you want to, but hey, remember, stealing is bad. Okay? You can use that. I give you permission to use it. Don't steal it. Now, as of today, okay? What should be the name of the title? Mm, Suffering, right, is the proof of our hope. So faith up. So faith up. Faith up. And this is going to be in First Peter chapter 4. All right. I want you guys to grab your Bibles right now, and I'll give you guys about 10 seconds. And once you grab your Bibles, right, we can get started. And it's about a good 5 seconds. Oh, 8 seconds. Maybe I'm just fast like that. Okay. All right. Chapter 4. We're gonna start from verse 1. We're gonna talk about all of it, regardless. It doesn't matter, because I could say verse 9, verse 14, verse 15, because I believe it goes all the way to 19. So this is a very short, very minuscule chapter in the Chronicles of First Peter chapter 4. And let's get started. All right. I'm gonna read, unless you want to read. If you want to read, you can go ahead, put in the comments. Right. For as much then as Christ has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin. What does that mean? That means a lot of the people that are going to go, what is the purpose? What is the meaning of wise? What is the meaning of wisdom? When you go through an experience already knowing what's good or bad, you go with that with confidence. And not only that, you go with confidence, you are able to what? Discern the things that is good and bad. So when you make those type of decisions, right, you are able to understand the outcomes of what it gives. So the cause and effect, what is going to give me this to give me that, right? What am I doing right now that's going to give me that? My apologies, I said that wrong the first time, but hey, don't pay no mind to my mistakes, but only the actual results of goodness. All right. I don't know why I did this. I'm over here karate chopping air. Maybe it's my breath. No, I don't think so. I'm over here karate chopping. I'm over here karate chopping air, I guess. Air blocks. It should be more like this, but I guess I don't know. If you know what I'm doing, put in the comments. All right. But yes, your experience, your knowledge is exactly what makes you able to either not sin or sin. Meaning, if you are creating the same behaviors, it's going to be a repetitive story for you. Let's continue. Chapter verse 6, I mean verse 2. My apologies. Bear with me, please. My English is miscellaneous. Forgive me, Papa. That he no longer should have lived the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God. And for those that know exactly what I'm talking about, as far as the names and all of these things, they will be in the previous videos. So if you have to go and watch, you can go and watch, so you know exactly their names and titles. When we say God, we say Yahuwah. because God is a title that could also mean anybody, anything. Even if you express it out, you have to actually call names by names. The same way, even demons and devils, they have names. Devils are literally anything that has once lived that no longer lives. When you spell it backwards, it's literally lived, right? And demons are the children or the half-wits, right, of the fallens. So that's the only way for me to put that in the sense that you can perceive right now in this video, right, in your mind. And of course, like I said, I will be making videos about illustrations and titles. It should be like right here. Don't mind the blankie over there, that's definitely needed. It should be like right here, like I think so. Yes, I have basketball fingers. Slinky, maybe not really. Long like ET. All right, so it's like right here a little bit, or like right here, or right here. Maybe a little bit right here as well. I don't know. Help me out if you got any suggestions. Put it in the comments. All right, we're gonna go straight to verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Now it's funny how, right? I know the words like as far as the terminology, but it's just the pronunciation. Like English is not English is not it for me. Like I be trying. I really be trying. All right, it's not it. Like I know you can clearly hear that I'm, speaking with you for maybe we're speaking a different, triad of languages. Maybe I'm speaking in a higher octave or maybe not, all right? So please bear with me, okay? Because this is basically saying anything that has what that has already been, right? Because if we say, for the time past, our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. The things that they do that has already been, right, established as common, meaning all the things that they do of lust, of lasciviousness, right? I think I said it right that time. Lasciviousness, right? Lust, excess of wine, meaning greed, right? And revelings, a lot of stupidity. That's just how I'm gonna put it. Banqueting, same thing with stupidity. Abominable, what, idolatries. Basically, you're doing things that is just not meant to be on a bombastic level. Okay, worshiping idols. That's what that is. Um, verse 4, wherein they think it's strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of right, speaking evil of you. And what did I say? I'm gonna say it one more time because I think I said it in a most dramatic way that don't need to, well, in a less dramatic way, because it needs to be very dramatized. It needs to be exercised in a dramatic way. Matter of fact, my apologies. Wherein they think it is strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So because you're not doing the things that they're doing, they're gonna point you out. They're gonna make you the black sheep. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's weird. She's weird." Like if I'm weird, hey, I'm weird. Hey, I like it. I like my weirdness. I don't. You feel me? Like I don't hide my weirdness. Like if I like you as a person, I'm gonna be like, yes, that person right there is straight up awesome. Hey, she, hey, this and that and the third. It don't matter. We're all okay. All right, all right. All right, don't. If you got any comments, put in the comments. All right, so verse 5. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead, if not of Yahuwah, if not of Yahushua, Yahusha? For I need you guys to also understand this. Your names are already in the book of life. Imagine it like this: everything that you do, right, from now on, right, well, since you were born, right, it's like since your name has been in the book of life, right, meaning it's not just in one place, it's in many places, because there's altercations to you being altering, right, the reality of the realms of how things is orchestrated and constructed, right, and structured. So imagine it like everything that you do is just removing your name little and little, like every little word, to a square, to a centimeter, matter of fact, a millimeter, right, of just your name is being erased little by little by little by little by little. And then when you do good, write it back again. Think of it like that. All right. Now, verse 6. For 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 this cause was the gospel preached unto was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to man in the flesh, but live according to God in the spirit. And this is important because everything that we're doing here might not seem accounted for, but is very much accounted, because your body, your flesh will definitely rat you out. Okay? Remember that. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto your prayer. Your prayers. How you pray. Are you smoking? Are you allowing devils, demons, wickedness to manipulate you? Have you been lying? Have you been thinking of negativity? Have you cursed at somebody when you know that you're not supposed to speak words of destruction upon anyone? We're not supposed to even tell people to go to hell. It doesn't matter where you're from, how much of a studious person you are. Doesn't matter if you know Hebrew or not. We're not supposed to curse at anyone. When you curse, best to be known that you talk to the spirit. Don't be out here talking to people lives because you think and you feel some type of way, because they're not going by what you want. Don't be out here doing that. Don't. By all means, it's best for you to keep it in your heart than to say it out loud, because at least it did not manifest. The same way you consecrate, because a lot of people think consecration is just you reading the word and praying. No, it's more than praying. It's like praying in your mind, but also meditating at the same time. You're like putting yourself in a trance. That's what consecrating is. Consecrating is a sacred place. It's a sacred place that you and you alone with your father, well, more so our father, Eli, right? Eli, right? With Eli being intersecting, well, more so intersecting with you in the situation, in the scenario. And that's where you're being revealed visions, prophecies, all of those things that are sacred. That's how you get revealed a lot of those things. Sometimes you might even just close your eyes and it comes to you. But I had to let you know, the churches they don't teach all of these things. They really don't. Not all of them. For even in Revelation, it says that the church is very well. Forget just Revelation. Okay, we can talk about what we can talk about. Peter itself, right? We can talk about Peter. We can talk about James. We can talk about every chapter in here. Even what John. We can talk about Acts, Corinthians. They talk about the church being corrupted. And Revelation speaks about Jezebel being in the church, trying to be a showboat. Meaning all of this seduction stuff. I'm only here because this is my personality. I can only be myself towards my father. This is my personality. So a lot of people try to go to Yahuwah as someone else, as a character that does not exist. Let alone, you know that when you play a character, you're being somebody else. So 9 out of 10, that's a spirit that is unclean. I'm letting you know that. Please take these words and take it very serious. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. That was verse 7 we just read already. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, and for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Be kind, show kindness, show love. If you get paid $5,000, give $1,000 to 10 people, meaning not like not $1,000 to 10 people, like as in 1,000, but more so like 100. That you might help somebody out here that is starving, that might literally needs transportation. You never know. You never know. You never know. I remember one time, and I'm gonna tell you guys this story because it's very important, right? I was going to work. I have no bread in my pockets at all. And this was around the time when I was working at T-Mobile, right? And yeah, I had no bread in my pocket. Can you imagine? You work at T-Mobile, you don't have no bread in your pocket. But I was broke. I was completely broke. And you know what I did? Instead of me crying out and just throwing a fit or tantrum or thinking about how I'm going to steal from people and all of this extra stuff, I didn't even have money for food, bruh. For water alone. For water alone. I closed my eyes. I was like, I didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. Yahuwah, please. And I didn't even say, and this was around the time when I was using the word God. Like I said, yes, Yahuwah does know, he does sense your heart when it comes to sincerity. When you give your all to him and you really give your problem to him, he will come to your aid. And I'm not saying that he's just gonna come to your aid every time. Yes, he comes to your aid every time. But there's some moments where we deserve our punishment. There are moments where we deserve our punishment. That's the truth. Because I've had my own fair share. Just like a father does to a child when he needs to be corrected. That's exactly what he does to us. Okay? And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Me having no bread, it was time for me. And mind you, I was going to get paid that week too. So, me having no bread, I had no food, no water, nothing. I get on a bus stop, there are people walking left and right. Right? I'm just over here like, I hope this bus pass going to do something, even though it's already expired. I hope that the bus driver might just have a good heart in him right there and just let me go through. Because I'm not the type of person I'm just going to walk past the bus driver and be like, oh man, I don't care about your job. I'm going to hop on this bus regardless because I pay taxes. No, no, we get paid that. We get paid those taxes back at the end of the year. So, no, no, I'm not one of those type of people. Right. And what happened? I'm around a lot of people. Then some people left. I seen some people get on the bus. Mind you, the money was not even at a place where people were standing at. It was at a place where literally like you would not see nobody standing at the bus. Because in my mind I would have been like, okay, somebody possibly dropped it. So it would have been, I would have still kind of felt a little bit bad, at the end of the day. Around that time I wouldn't really feel as bad, but I still would have had that, like bad feeling like, oh man. And me, I'm very superstitious about certain things. Like when you find money outside or you see certain things outside, there's just certain things you should just not touch because it comes with a price as well. And I'm gonna let you guys know that as well because sometimes there's spiritual tricks out here. When they say tricks ain't for kids, trust me and believe. If you are a kid and you go out here touching certain things, that's how people sometimes get cursed and they get shot outside in the street because they went and touched the wrong thing, thinking that, hey, whoa, whoa, I just found $2,000. That $2,000 was a trap. That $1,000 was a trap. Okay. But yes, let's get back to the actual purpose. And I'm standing there, there's a lot of people walking by, and it's like this thing is clear in the day. It's on concrete. And I mind you, it's not like people were, they had company around them. For a lot of them, they have company around them. So it's not like they couldn't have noticed it. It's not like they wouldn't have noticed it. They like in the daytime, the sun was out. It wasn't raining. It wasn't cloudy. None of that. It was the $100 bill was not on the grass. It was not even in the grass. So I'm pretty sure somebody would have noticed it. And it's like it was invisible to everybody else but me because I turned my head around. I'm like, bro, I know I'm not tripping. Then I just went over. It wasn't even that far from me either. It was like literally like a millisecond walk. All I did was just walk over there. Literally, I just went down, looked at it, picked it up, and I was like, "Yo, this is $100." And I literally, because in my mind, I'm like, God, please help me in this situation. And that happens. And that happens. And that happens. And I'm not saying it's not the money. It's just the fact that even if it was just $5, I would have been okay with that. Because that would have got me back and forth from wherever I needed to be at. For real, for real. But it's just the fact that it was $100. I wouldn't even expect to find $50, $20, $10 would have probably been like, yes, this would help me. That whole $100 helped me. It helped me with a bus pass. It helped me with food. It helped me for that whole week until I got paid. Like it really did. Like I'm over here like, and then you know what's the funniest thing? When the bus came, the bus literally said I didn't have to worry about a bus pass, and I didn't have to worry about a bus pass on like at all. On even when I got off that bus and got on another bus so I can get to the crib, I didn't have to worry about none of that. They all told me to go back. Like they all told me to pass through. All of them. That's that's just something I can't forget. There's so many situations I can talk to you guys about, but man, it's oh man, oh man. I'm happy. I'm very grateful for everything in my life. To the biggest, to the smallest. At the end of the day, my father, I know his work is active. His work is active. And people that are true to him and that are sincere, that are actually, because I've had moments where I looked out for people even when I had a little bit. I had moments when I looked out for people when I had a lot, just because I know that I can help them. Just because, like, if I have it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna help you regardless. I won't even have to think twice. I won't. And I will never forget them type of days. That is a testimony right there for me personally to you. Because even though people say that yes, the devil can bless you, yes, the devil can bless you, but remember that he has to get permission. Everything that the devil does, he has to get permission. He could be defiling as much as he want, but at the end of the day, there's certain things that you just don't do to the heirs of the promise, the heirs of Ellie's promise. You know, the heirs of Ellie's promise. There's certain things you just don't do. And mind you, remember this also: he keeps his eyes on every last one of us that truly care about him, that loves him dearly. He keeps his eyes on like hard on us. He keeps his eyes hard on us every single day, every hour, every minute, every millisecond, to week, to months, to years to come. He keeps his eyes on us every time. That's why I don't do the what ifs. If I do, I used to be a what if person. Like I'm very much of a very, I'm not gonna say a genius because even though the English is you know is combative, right, and it's really like it's peer pressure against me sometimes. So I don't like to consider I don't like to consider myself a genius. But let's just say that I'm smart enough to do some damage, right? So, if whoever that's in Baltimore right now that understand what I just said, and you know what I mean by that, and you know me personally, you know what I'm talking about. Fighting is not my thing. I don't carry weapons, and my old self, I trust and believe chemistry is my best friend when it comes to a lot of things. All right, but we're not gonna get in there actually. But yes, let's continue. Okay, 9 verse 9. Well, basically, before I get there, to basically say that everything that had happened was for a purpose, and it was to show how much love can defeat. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything bad that day. Well, I don't think I did at all. I probably went and chilled out because, and back then I was smoking, so I definitely got me something to smoke. But I didn't do anything else as far as I don't rob nobody, I don't kill nobody, I don't be out here selling drugs, doing none of that stuff. So what more could I really do besides smoke a little bit of weed that never really harmed anybody but probably but myself, because that's what it does and that's what it did, right? And yeah, a miracle right there. It might not seem like much to you guys, But that's just something I feel like I had to share. All right. Verse 9. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. Don't give out for exchange or in pain. No, do it because you care about people. Do it because you actually want to, help people. You actually want to be there. You actually want to make a difference in their lives. All of these things. Verse 10. As every man has received a gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards. Stewards is basically a leader, right? Of manifold grace of God. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth, that God in all things may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. And so shall it be, because it says, Amen. All right, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fury trial which is to you, which is to try you, right? Because everything that is happening in this world, remember this, even Yahuwah will try you. And mind you, the demons, they will try you, but they have to get permission. There are laws and regulations to this world. They can defile a lot of things in this world, but they still have to abide by the laws. They have to abide by the laws. If they don't, there will be judgment of a certain thing that you might not see. You might sometimes see rain, but rain has a very deep meaning. Lightning has a very deep meaning. These, oh man, I can't even begin to even tell you guys what like the life I maybe not in this video. Maybe not in this video. Not in this video. All right. But we are at verse 12. Behold, think it not strange concerning the fury trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. All of these things happen. It's not mysterious. It's not mysterious, or it's a mystery. No. These things happen because of what? It's supposed to happen. To see and test your growth. Right? If you are really a fellow that is loyal to your father, right? Because if you don't stand on his business, he ain't gonna stand on your business, and that's just gonna be that. And I'd have messed up before, so I know how that feel when you really got hopes for people and they don't come out really trying to. They don't come out trying to back you up. They don't try to show you any love. They show you love in your face, but then the moment you dip, they're like, yes, and this and then the third. But because you no longer do the same thing that they do, you don't hang around the things that they do, you're no longer valuable to them. And it happens. And I'm not sad. I'm just sad that, forgive me, sniffles. Ugh. You're no longer valuable to them. And because you're no longer valuable to them, you know what happens? You know what they do? They show that it doesn't matter even if you got $1 million and you're like, oh man, I got $1 million for you right now, man. All we gotta do is just do this and that and then the third, and then just take maybe like a week or so. We get everything done. Boo, 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 boo. You might get you might get I might pay you $10,000 and just tell you up front that I'm gonna give you $1,000. You don't know what my mind is. You don't know what my plan is. Oh, excuse me. You don't know what my plan is. You don't know where my mind state is lying like you have no clue what I'm planning. I might be in here thinking of everything good, planning a celebration, a party, giving, buying presents for you, the shoe size that you wear, whatever the case is, just so because I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you were able to work with me, that you were able to give me your time as a compensation. It's not the money, but just the fact that you gave me your time. You know what I mean? Like, people gotta understand that people sometimes don't do things just because they want things in exchange. Not everybody's the same, because you might have grew up with tragic memories and trauma and all of that thing. That does not mean that everybody grew up the same. And some people go through trauma, but a lot of people overcome trauma. And some people, they exchange trauma for devices. So they make their power, their money, the ego, they use that in replacement as, the trauma. So Whatever somebody did to them, they do it to other people, and they use exactly what they have as an advantage to get over them. That's what we call blackmail. All right. So a lot of you, please don't be these type of people. Show people that actually care about you love. Please do. Okay? Because you never know exactly the road that it might take you at. There are people that are born to be leaders. There are people that be born to be followers. We're all to be born leaders, but sometimes you got to follow to lead. Yes, there are people that could help you lead, but you got to also be discerning. Sometimes you might have to be in around a certain type of people, right? That might not be good in the interest of your principles, right? But if you are really trusting in Yahuwah and He put you and allowed you to be in those scenarios, trust and believe you're gonna walk out without any scratches on you, without anybody doing anything to you, doing anything to manipulate you, whatever the case is. It's just gonna be perfect. It's gonna be like the perfect plan that you have never even thought of. You might just think that you're doing things just to be smart a little bit so you can get out the way. It's not even you working. It's really not. It's really not you working. It's mainly the Holy Spirit just inhabiting in you and doing the things that are supposed to be good. But let's continue though. Verse 13. All right. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Okay, if you be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. So do what is right and always give thanks and gratitude truly to your creator, to your maker, to the most high. Always to Elohim, give him the glory always. Even if you don't have nothing to do, devote like 10 seconds, devote like 10 minutes, devote like just 5 minutes if that's possible for you. Just do it. I have moments where I struggle sometimes where I don't want to read the Bible. And for some reason, I know that it's not me because I plan to read the Bible. And I'm like, why do I get the feeling that I don't want to read the Bible? No, it's not me. And when I say that I don't want to read it, I'm talking to like certain aspects of me reading it already, but like reading certain chapters all the way. Like I read more than 2 chapters. Okay, and I take notes. Some people they just read it and they just read it. They might underline, right? I don't do that. No, I take notes. I write things down. I'm talking write things down. I'm essay, full page, because you must understand what the word mean in the spirit. So it's not that like, oh, remember what I told you, buy and bow. These things are very, 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 very much of a matter that is, urgent to your life. For people that used to be sorcerers, witchcrafts, that do witchcraft, and they used to be wizards, whatever the case is, right? Sorceress, however you say it, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of double casting. I'm not saying I'm a sorcerer or anything like that, but if you've ever done your research and you do be around people that have done those type of things, right? You're gonna learn a lot without them even telling you. You're just gonna be observing them in the spirit, in the physic, in the mental, in the heart, because conversations tell you a lot as well about how people act, how people behave, and who they are to you. But let's continue because it's getting a little bit late. But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other men's matters. So don't do evil. Don't be caught. Don't be the one to be caught doing evil because your name will be, what I'm saying, erased. Every second, every decimal of your name will be like second by second per thing that you do. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on his behalf. So, like I said, don't be a character. Come before him as yourself, because he can't use a character that is not real. It could be real, but it's not your true self. It's not the embodiment of who you are, of who he created, because he wants to get the real you so that he can empower the real you, your true self, so that you can be that person that you might think yourself to be, that you could be, that you are, but you just, you know what I'm saying, you're not allowing him to work in. All right? Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed. All right, we read that. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God, and if it first begin at us, forgive me, what shall the end be on them, right, that obey not the gospel of God? Calamity, destruction, calamity and destruction. All right. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Nowhere. People talk about eternal damnation. You know, the worst type of death is to not even exist, meaning you don't have a place to feel pain, death, to feel yourself. That's the worst death. Remember, I'm going to tell you one thing. You have a freezing point and a boiling point, right? Which fire is literally the equivalence of both. With fire, we were obstructed. With fire, we were deconstructed. I want you guys to let that ring in your mind. If you read Revelation, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot, especially if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear and the knowledge the understanding to be able to understand, and the spirit to give you discernment. Not just the spirit, but the Holy Spirit. It's one thing being banished. And it said we were banished. Perish. 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 It's like saying disintegrate. At least disintegration, you got something left. So it could be obstructed again. What do you think the book of life is? It's like saying you're writing a script to a computer, to a monitor, to a motherboard, right? And all of these things that are virtual, that are being able to encapsulate, right, its own digital, houses, and all of these things that are being, prompted and, having a command so that it can exist. So when your script is no longer in the book, you no longer matter. All right. Verse 18. If the righteous scarcely, verse 19, my apologies. Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing, as unto a faithful creator. Be the image of your creator. All right, because there's nothing more beautiful than that. And for those that are playing games out here, please stop playing games. Your heart is valuable. My heart is valuable. All our hearts right here is valuable. We love love. That's who we are. That's how our Father is. Because let alone if he did not love, he wouldn't have the patience for us to still exist, no matter the things that we've done. We have offended our Father in every single possible way that you have not even been able to imagine. In our mind, in our heart, in our spirit, in our action, in our words, in our eyes, in our breathing, in our ears, everything that we've done in this world has been unimaginably nonsense to a maximum level. So I want you guys to very much get it in your mind so you don't forget it. And please don't lose it. Don't lose it, because it's needed. Okay, it's very much needed. Because if you guys do not understand what's being taught to you, what's being given to you, do not listen to it. If you already have an understanding of what people are talking about and you're hearing something, it's not going to corrupt you unless you allow it to. I mean, so don't put yourself in that position to even be corrupted in the first place. Da 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 da. All right. Yes. Don't be everyone. Be yourself. Stop following trends because that's how people go to hell and perish. Because you will go to hell before you perish. The lake of fire is different. It's different. It's different. Because even in Revelation, it said that the water is going to be what? Extinguished. So there's not going to be a droplet of water. All of it is going to go into the lake of fire. It's going to come back from where it came. Nothingness. I didn't just do this for nothing. Goes around, come back around. Okay? What you do is good or it's going to be bad. So don't be out here disobeying Yahuwah. If he tells you to jump off a bridge, if the Holy Spirit tells you to jump off a bridge, you don't know the situation. Even if it means your death, jump off that bridge. Please. But I'm not saying people do suicide. I'm just saying that if a situation is to come and you are not aware of the scenario, right? Yes, listen to that voice. Because that voice might be the best thing that you can ever have by your side. The best arsenal that oh man, that you could possibly ever have in your entire life. Okay? It's very important. Take these things to heart. Take these things to your mind, to your spirit, because you're gonna need it. All right? I love you all. I love you with the love of my Father, for the love of LA, for the love of Elohim Adonai, for in Yahushua Yahusha, Yahuwah in him Elohim Adonai once more. I love you all with a passion of love. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Somebody didn't tell you they love you today. I love you. Okay. And the person that didn't tell you they love you today, they probably just are scared to tell you they love you. So just know that they love you. They just don't understand that they love you in a very, very kind way, in a very understanding way, in a very patient way, in a very let's be around each other. Let's be best friends. Let's motivate each other. Let's uplift each other. They don't know that. They don't know that. They don't know that. And if they don't know that, it's fine. Let them learn. Sometimes people got to go through experiences. Just like everyone here, we're growing up every single day. We get older, right? So you can't be older and not wiser. All right? Love and love and love and love. Ashe? Or should I say, Shalom? All right. See you on another video.